What's up, Harry Hippo?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, and welcome back to another video on the Hairy Hippo channel. It's becoming quite frequent now, isn't it? I quite like that. We're doing well. Today we're taking a look at a game that was gifted to me quite some time ago. This is the second title released by Stupid Games. I love the name. I've always loved the name. I think that's a great name for a company. Their first being Johnny Graves, a top-down survival map exploring shooty mythical game of hardcore ouchage. It's the best way I could describe it. It was hard. It was very hard and difficult, but I did a review on it quite some time ago on Wolf's channel, and it was alright. I enjoyed it. You know, there were some flaws of it, but it was their first ever game. So this one we're looking at is called NoReload Heroes. It was released on the 27th of April 2018 on Steam, and then later down the line on for the Switch, which is quite cool. It's nice that they ported it over to the Switch. That's cool. You don't see many people do that nowadays, so it's nice to see. I did a few streams of this when it first came out, and you know what? I liked it. I genuinely liked it. Sure, there were flaws to the game code, such as a very buggy multiplayer setup, also some map bugs that tended to make players disappear in co-op, or cause the map to ever expand outwards in a black void. But the latter bugs were few and far between, so it never really bothered me that much. But then again, I know it bothered a hell of a lot of people. Sadly, looking at the news page of the game, there hasn't been anything done to it since May last year, which is a great shame, because it had great potential. It really did, and was genuinely a lot of fun to play. So why are we looking at it today? Well, I noticed it was on Steam, still for full price, and I wondered whether it would be worth the money. As it stands today, it's selling for £13.99. Now for an indie game, I personally feel like it's too much. But then again, I find a lot of indie games tend to overreach on their pricing. But then you look at the other hand, they don't have the financial backing of top-end publishers, so I kind of get why they do it. But that's by the by. Let's talk about this game. Let's talk about the game. That's what we're on about. That's what we want to see. So, NoReload Heroes, as described on Steam, is a chaotic co-op party shooter for up to 4 players. Now, that doesn't really give much of an explanation of the game in my opinion. There's a little bit more of a blurbage down there, but it didn't really help. So, from my perspective, it runs procedurally generated maps with random effects per map, and you have to complete each level to rise up in the game. It's like a tower system, you know, you got level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and you go all the way up, essentially. It's how it works. Each map/level has potential of mini-bosses to combat. There's a huge array of weapons from scatter guns, shotguns, rifles, machine guns, right to the other end of the spectrum, such as guns that fire gigantic fists that cause massive knockbacks, heat-seeking projectiles, shurikens, and so many more. Also with the procedurally generated maps, the hostiles get a random buff or debuff. Sometimes they fire twice as hard, sometimes when they die they can blow up and heal anything within a certain radius, heroes and enemies alike, which can be good, can be bad. Sometimes they get debuffs that slow them down as they get hit. It's all completely random, and I love that unknowing element thrown into the game. It's a great little curveball. I like it, I do. The guns drop off of enemies and bosses, which is great, and it's completely random drop chance. For example, you could get the most elite weapon in the first few levels, or not at all in the entirety of your playthrough. The enemies have a chance of dropping healing gems or damage increasing gems, which stay on you until you get hit, and then they kind of drop off afterwards. So you can stack them up to like 5 times, and then every time you got hit after that, if you had a full stack, it drops 1 off every time. There's also an XP leveling system built in, and with every level you gain, you can choose 1 or 2 buffs, whether it's a rate of fire, increased health pool, lowering kickbacks from guns, and so many more. But in multiplayer, you have to decide or vote as a group. So there needs to be cooperation, which, as we know in co-op games, that's the whole principle of it, is to cooperate. That's what it's about, people. We cooperate. No, we don't. We just try and get everything ourselves. All the drops can only be used by the first person who grabs it. But if you, for example, get an upgraded weapon, the previous weapon is dropped on the floor and can be reused by another player, so it's kind of got a recycling system. So if you got an amazing weapon first of all, and they didn't, and another one drops off, you could grab that one and then give someone else your amazing weapon you had previously. It's a really nice little recycling situation on that, so everybody can kind of have a fair chance of getting something nice. The game itself is very attractive, and it's so shiny. To be completely honest, I would have put an advisory on the game at the start warning that it may cause an epileptic fit due to the amount of sparkles and shiny explosions that go on the screen. It's ridiculous how much there is. It is a magnificent sight to behold, and in my opinion it is truly satisfying. It really is. Every pop and bang and shiny explosion is like, wait, that's nice. That's nice. I like it. I like it. At certain stages there are big boss battles, each with unique mechanics that torment the player into a run-around frenzy while trying to get a shot off at the right moment before potentially dying. These bosses aren't procedurally generated, so once you've played against them a couple of times, you get to understand the mechanics and for the most part you know how to defeat them. However, in my case, not in this playthrough but a time before, it all depends on which weapon you've got. Because the first boss, for example, there's no point using a flamethrower because you have to get real close to use it and you will get completely mashed up. Stay away from the flamethrower. Just stay away from the flamethrower. It's not worth touching. It may look cool, but it's not. Just don't use it. It's horrible. It's a horrible weapon. That's my personal opinion. You may like the flamethrower, but it's definitely not my cup of tea. I tried to get multiplayer to work with Lady Wolf today, and it was a no-go. I don't know if it was the connection was bad between us, or if it was just that the developers have given up on supporting the game, because that's how it looks like. But it definitely seems like it isn't working at all, which is a huge shame, because I would totally buy this for a couple of people and have a great time. You know, it is essentially a co-op game. You can play solo, but it's built for co-op. However, if anyone does know of a workaround and they have played this and know, please let me know in the comment section below, because I would really love to play this with some friends. After all, it was designed to be played with other people. That's what it's all about. So it would be nice to get that working. Hopefully there is a fix somewhere. I need to have a look a bit further into like Steam and look at the community section, see if anybody's worked it out and figured it. It would be nice to be able to get it working again. Saying that though, I played it solo and you know what? I loved it. The fact that it's mainly a procedurally generated game offers countless replayability, and that's a good thing. It's a great thing for it. If you're one of those people who like to push themselves to better their previous scores, this game is definitely one for you. I definitely think with the high price range of this game, considering it seems abandoned, it's almost certainly worth a grab for the solo journey. It's one of those games that you can just jump on to take a break from things and shoot up some baddies until you die. You can't go wrong with games like that. However, if you're looking to buy the game for the multiplayer, because I can't seem to find a way of getting it to work, it's not worth it. I mean, all in all, with all the bugs to put into consideration, it's definitely worth taking a look at if you don't mind soloing games. If you like shiny neon games with fun gun sounds and a cute array of hostiles, and they all are adorable creatures to look at, they really are. And the fact that it gets harder as you get higher up the levels, then this is probably for you. I would highly recommend playing it if you don't mind this situation. Bear in mind there's been a lot of abandoned games out there that are still worth playing. I can't name any off the top of my head right now, but I know I've got a few of them. And it's great to have that replayability about it. That careless, just jump in, shoot it up, oh you died, oh I got this high up this time, that's not bad compared to last time, I did well. You know, that kind of feel about it is wonderful. So I do highly recommend this if that's your kind of style of thing. Don't expect for it to be developed. The problem with this game is that when it was released, bear in mind it is Stupid Game's second ever game, there wasn't much of a hype about it. It wasn't advertised anywhere near as much. I've never seen it on the Humble Bundle stores and all those bits and bats like that. It was literally plonked onto Steam. Here you are, see if you can find it, plus spread the word. Now, as a streamer, I did what I could. I streamed it a few times, a couple of people got it, a few people hated it, a few people liked it, but then it was kind of just forgotten because nobody mentioned it. And that's the problem with this. If I can recommend anything to any developer, get the name out there. Advertise it. Put the money into advertising it. You need to do that. Otherwise, we're not going to know you exist. There are hundreds of thousands of new developers on Steam, on various other selling sites. You need to make a mark and go, this is what we're doing. This is us right now. This is what you need to get. So if you are a developer out there and you're looking to make your own game, make sure you get your name out there. Make it so people know you're there. Kick up a fuss. Shout as loud as you can. Throw content over to different people. I mean, I really do appreciate the fact that you gifted me this game and wanted me to give an honest opinion on it. And I will always give an honest opinion on games, which is what I did for your first game. But you gotta get it out there. You gotta get it out there. You know? Especially with a co-op game. With a multiplayer aspect, you've gotta get your name out there. And there are some fantastic games out there right now that I'm still playing that have very little player base because nobody knows that it exists. Because nobody's advertising it. Which is such a shame. It's such a shame to see such great potential vanish without anyone knowing. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. So people can see it and go, oh wow, that's not that bad. And hopefully it inspires the developers to come back to the games. Not make it abandoned. Revamp it. Just get some more life into the game because it deserves it. This game deserves it. This game deserves the TLC. You know, it needs someone to hold it and say, we love you. And hopefully I'm one of them. Hopefully I've portrayed it as one of them. Because I will be playing it again. I will be playing it solo on stream on the odd occasion. Because it's nice to play it. It is a lovely game to play. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to subscribe. That would be great. It really would be great. I say that like I sound like a desperate man. I am a desperate man. I need it. Please slap that subscribe button. Just feel free to do it. You need to do it. Just slap it. Go slap it. Don't forget to do the like as well. The like's always good. It's nice to have a little thumbs up on the odd occasion. But thank you very much for watching. I upload every Sunday and Tuesday on this channel, and I also stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 8 PM UK time. So you can check me out there. I'm a little bit more vulgar, I would imagine. There's definitely some more swearing. But it's a lot more fun as well. I say that like my YouTube is not that fun. It is fun. It is definitely fun. I like YouTubing. YouTubing is fun. I try to have this air of professionalism which kind of dwindles off halfway through a video, as you've probably told already. But the fact I said told already shows how lack of professionalism I am at the end of a video. But until then, have a wonderful whatever's left of your day, and I'll see you soon. I am the Hairy Hippo. Bye bye.